Every 100 years, since the curse has been cast 500 years ago, the island of Lightlark appears for just 100 days, freed from the impassable storms.
Rulers of each nation, Wildling, Starling, Moonling, Skyling, Sunling, and Nightshade, are invited back to the island of Lightlark to try to break the curses binding each of their powers and the island itself. Every realm except Nightshade has, done this up to this point.
Isla Crown is the ruler of the Wildlings, a realm impossibly beautiful people who can seduce others with a single look. The Wildlings were cursed to unalive anyone or anything that they fell in love with, and to subexist exclusively off of human hearts.
The story opens with, actually, before we go any further, you're pronouncing it Isla, and I've been pronouncing it Isla.
Isla.
Here's what I read. It's when she meets Grimm for the first time.
Does she pronounce it or spell it out?
I think he does. She says that he says it correctly, almost hissing the S's like a snake. And I was like, that is a weird ass way to say this name. So just for continuity, I don't care. How do we want to pronounce it moving forward?
It's definitely Isla, because Isla is no hissing S.
Okay, Isla. All right. The story opens with Isla running to her rooms after a jaunt with her star stick.
The star stick is an object that only Isla knows about. It allows her to travel hundreds, maybe thousands of miles to anywhere she wants to go in mere seconds.
Isla's guardians rush into her room and help her get ready to leave Wildling to partake in the Centennial Games so that she can free her people from the curse.
Isla bids adieu to her people and steps through the portal that takes her to Lightlark, and she immediately runs into Grimshaw, the first ever Nightshade to partake in the Centennial Games.
And then the rest of the rulers begin to join.
Azul, the ruler of Skyling Realm.
Cleo, ruler of the Moonling Realm.
And Celeste, the new Starling ruler.
Azul and Grimm are both 500 years old, old enough to remember when the curses were cast.
Cleo is so old no number is put to her, and she's older than the ruler of Lightlark.
Isla is 19 or 20, and we know Celeste is not yet 25 because the Starling curse is such that they don't live past the age of 25.
The rulers make their way to the Lightlark Castle, where they each meet their assigned attendant for the duration of the games, who leads the rulers to their rooms.
Isla's attendant leaves her in her room. There's a knock on the door. It's Celeste.
The two hug and jump around, rekindling their secret strategic alliance and friendship. Their plan is simple: stay under the radar and remain unnoticed and unremarkable so that they aren't targeted and can work together secretly without drawing suspicion.
Spoiler alert, probably not going to happen. But Celeste leaves Isla to get ready for dinner, and Isla does likewise.
All the rulers gather for dinner, and we meet the last one, Oro, the king of Lightlark, who serves Isla a heart for dinner.
And this is when we learn that Isla was born without the affliction of her people. She doesn't eat hearts. She doesn't have to unalive the one she falls in love with, but also she has 0 powers. And none of the other rulers know any of this.
The next morning, the rulers meet again, and Oro reiterates the rules of the Centennial before formally kicking off the games.
Rule number 1, rulers may not assassinate one another until the 50th day of the games. And when pairs are determined on day 25, pairs may not assassinate one another.
Rule 2, all rulers must attend and participate in every Centennial event.
Rule number 3, in order to participate, no ruler may have an heir.
The first 25 days of the game are dedicated to a demonstration from each ruler, so that rulers and inhabitants of Lightlark can assess the others.
The second 25 days of the games are dedicated to the rulers being put into pairs and doing strategic things.
The next morning, Isla sets out to the village to have a wardrobe made for her. On the way, Grim falls in step.
He convinces Isla to go to a little mini chocolate shop and have a date with him, and the two eat as much as they can before Isla's clothing appointment, because nothing screams getting measured by a tailor like having a big bloated belly full of chocolate.
After commissioning a new wardrobe, on the way back to the castle, Grim lets Isla know about the first demonstration. It's his, and she'll need armor and a sword.
Isla passes on this heads up to Celeste and also gives Celeste a sword. Celeste tells Isla not to be naive in accepting anything from Grim and tells her to focus on their plan.
Step 1 of their plan is to locate the Bond Breaker, an ancient relic hidden in some library on Lightlark that legend says can break any bond that imprisons a person or their family line, including curses.
It just requires blood, like a lot of blood, and she and Celeste plan to share that cost together, which just sounds like the best idea ever.
Celeste testifies that it's not in the Star Isle library, so they need to search the other libraries.
And that's Isla's part of the plan. The search. To help her do that, Isla sneaks back to the tailor's shop, breaks in, and steals a whole bunch of clothes in order to disguise herself so she can sneak into each realm.
Celeste's part of the plan is to acquire a pair of gloves, capital G. The gloves are made from human skin and have the ability to soak up powers from other. The gloves will allow the wearer to gain entry into restricted portions of the other realms.
Day 5 of the games comes along with an invitation to Grimm's demonstration, which is a trial by duel.
Oro beats Azul, Cleo beats Celeste, and Isla wins against Grim. Then Oro claims victory against Cleo, and Isla squares off against the King Oro for the ultimate duel, which she lets him win at the last minute once she realizes she was spoiling her own plans to stay under the radar. Therefore, the king wins the first demonstration.
Oro seems to know that he didn't win from his skill alone, and he just stares Isla down calculatingly. So much for staying under the radar.
Another group dinner invitation comes, and when Isla arrives, it's not just the rulers, but dozens and dozens of rulers from all realms.
Surprise! It's Azul's demonstration where all the rulers are going to give a demo of their powers. But Isla doesn't have any power.
Ruh-roh. One by one, the rulers perform feats of magic while Isla hastily crafts a plan.
Ultimately, she uses the king as an assistant, walks away, blindfolds herself, and throws a throwing star at the king, knocking his crown to the ground. The audacity.
But the king ultimately wins this second demonstration.
In her abundant free time, Isla has been disguising herself and casing the village, learning its people, its habits, and its secrets. One of those secrets is a man named Jasper.
Jasper is a bartender who also trades in information. His price? Secrets. Essentially, it goes like this. Isla confesses that she lets the king win the duel, and Jasper tells her how to get past the Moonling guards. They're not there during the full moon, which happens next week. Oh, and Jasper wonders if Isla knows anything about some of the tailor's clothes going missing.
Celeste's demonstration is next. It's a trial by fear using the Starling mirror.
One by one, each ruler places a hand on the mirror and is mentally transported to another world, where they must conquer their greatest fear. The winner is the one who conquers their greatest fear in the shortest amount of time.
Isla's greatest fear, apparently, is that she will not break the curse and will live isolated, locked in her room until the end of her days. Ultimately, Cleo is declared the victor.
But who cares? Celeste ultimately just wanted to get all the rulers to touch the mirror because Celeste got the gloves, and she uses them to soak up the trace power left by each ruler's handprint in the mirror.
The next day, on day 15, Isla disguises herself as a starling and sneaks into the Sky Isle library. She discovers the secret part of the library, accesses it with the gloves, but guess what? No bond breaker.
Walking back to her rooms in the main castle, Isla is spotted by Cleo, but Grim helps Isla remain uncaught.
The next day, Isla finds that her demonstration is to be held whenever she wants. To help repay Grim, she finds him and gives him a happy heads up.
It's a demonstration of helpfulness. Each ruler will give a presentation of what his or her realm has been inventing that can aid the rest of the world.
Isla presents the wildlings' advanced healing capabilities. In the end, though, Azul is voted the winner. He essentially has, magic mail. Postal system.
Yeah. Later that night, Grim shows up in Isla's room. It's flirtatious, it's mysterious. We learn that Grim isn't on Lightlark to brace the curse or befriend anyone.
We learn that it wasn't just Oro's ancestor, but also Grim's father that formed Lightlark and the Isles as they currently are. We learn that Grim wants something. Maybe Isla, maybe revenge, maybe something else.
But mostly, we learned that Isla can't stop thinking about Grim.
Well, days later, at midnight specifically, Isla receives Cleo's invitation for her demonstration. It's a trial by desire.
Isla shows up in a tank top and shorts to find a labyrinth maze of icy waterways. Each ruler must take their way through the maze by following the desire of their heart to the end.
Isla completes the maze, but more or less gets hardcore hypothermia and has her attendant, Ella, rush her back to her rooms as Cleo is announced the winner.
The following day is the 20th day of the games and the full moon, when no moonling guards will be on duty.
So Isla sucks it up, hypothermia and all, disguises herself as a moonling, climbs the side of a cliff, makes a couple guards unconscious, and then flees from more guards until she finds the library.
The entire library is restricted and frozen. However, there's still no bond breaker inside.
Trapped by the Moonling guards, Isla uses the Star Stick to teleport back to her room in the mainland castle, where she spends 2 full days in bed.
Isla knows that it's time to get out of bed because she receives an invitation to afternoon tea. And it's no normal tea, it's King Oro's demonstration.
It's a trial by truth. The rulers are given 3 cups of truth tea. After they drink it, the tea leaves, the dregs that are left behind, spell out the drinker's greatest secret. The winner will be the first to share their secret.
Of course, Isla's cup says, "I have no power." One by one, rulers shatter their cups on the ground until it's just Cleo and King Oro. King Oro reveals his secret, and he wins. He is dying.
On day 25, King Oro gathers everyone in his throne room. He talks about his illness, how the island has been deteriorating, reveals and reminds the rulers of the prophecy, and then announces the pairings.
Azul and Grim, Celeste and Cleo, and the king chooses Isla as his partner. Isla.
So, Isla and Celeste, plan not achieved. Okay. That night, the king comes to Isla's rooms. They make a deal to help each other and investigate the king's theory about the curses.
For the next 10 nights, Isla and the king search the plants around the island for the heart of Lightlark, but no dice.
King decides to change tactics. He gets intel from one of the wild ancient creatures of Lightlark.
5 days go by, and Isla and Celeste meet her in the village, but before they can meet, she is ambushed by Moonling royals.
Celeste comes to her rescue, and the confrontation pretty much ends with a whole bunch of dead moonlings and a failed assassination attempt.
After nearly 2 weeks of not seeing or hearing from Grimm, he's suddenly there. In an attempt to show her he's not her enemy, he honors her request and takes her to the Wild Isle.
It be dead, devoid of life, all of the bad things. But it still has a palace, and the palace still calls to her soul. Inside of it, Isla spots a hidden door amongst the rubble.
Later that night, Isla sneaks back into the Wild Isle to see what's behind the door, but she can't open it.
So she goes back to Jasper and trades a secret for a secret. But the only thing Jasper knows about Wild Isle is that only wildling powers will work.
Leaving Jasper, she runs into Grimm, and the two are caught in a thunderstorm. They take cover and bond. One thing becomes clear. Isla should be afraid of him, but she isn't.
It's been 8 days since she last saw the king, but on day 43, he knocks on her door because he's found and made a deal with one of the island's most ancient creatures.
On Star Isle, they meet with a scepter whose price is the time of the body of, quote, the most beautiful girl on the island, Isla.
To allow herself to be possessed, Isla makes the king agree to give her access to his library, the only one she hasn't searched for Bondbreaker.
In the end, they all learn from the scepter that the heart is not on Star Isle. Isla loses her shit and calls off the deal to help the king and vows to go to his library on her own.
And 3 days later, she does just that. The guards are expecting her because the king has granted her unlimited private access, but no Bondbreaker.
So Isla goes back to the King Oro and asks, what's next?
And that's where this section of reading comes to a close. And what's next? I mean, other than the day 50 ball, we don't know what's next, and we'll have to find out in the next episode.